be back.
Double pleasure is pleasure, you double
Knight Rider, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent.
Soon everyone will know that she's Dustin Hoffman and he's Tootsie.
She's got better days beside.
Let's be careful.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer.
Researchers know of 413 people who have contracted the condition in the past year. 1/3 have died and none have been cured.
Death didn't scare me. It was living with this for a long time. That's more frightening than death.
The investigators see this as a serious public health problem.
From an epidemic point of view, there have been more deaths from Kaposi sarcoma and pneumocystis pneumonia than have occurred with all the cases of toxic shock syndrome and the Philadelphia outbreak of Legionnaire's disease combined.
Touch my tears with your lips. Touch my walls with your fingertips. Lost to live forever. Lost to live forever.
AIDS, the acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
The disease known as AIDS
Disease AIDS.
sounds less than deadly, more like a diet.
You are raising the possibility that people are dismissing it because it strikes mostly the gay community?
There is no question in my mind, if this were happening to you and the white, straight, middle-class community, it would have been attended to a long time ago.
Congress wants to know what to do about AIDS. Victims of the disease say the government has done nothing and has no plan to.
He came to say goodbye.
President Reagan said today that Rock Hudson would always be remembered for his humanity. And on hearing of his death, the House of Representatives agreed to double the amount of AIDS funds for research next year. There will now be $190 million.
In case it was fear, and just because, you know, I supposedly had something in my body that nobody else had, or very few people had. It's because you're different.
Anger and frustration over the AIDS crisis spilled over into a big protest today at City Hall in Manhattan. More than 2,000 people demanding action. The demonstration was organized by ACT UP, the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. ACT UP wants better outreach programs and overall change in dealing with the disease.
45-year-old Freddie Mercury died last evening in the privacy of his home.
In the statement Mercury issued only 24 hours before his death, he said, "I hope everyone will join with me, my doctors, and all those worldwide in the fight against this terrible disease."
Because of the HIV virus that I have.
After his announcement that he had the virus, the testing center saw a 10-fold increase in patients.
AIDS is no respecter of color, class, or creed. All too soon, we will all know someone with AIDS. A brother, sister, mother, father, son, or daughter.
The streets of heaven are too crowded with angels. We know their names. They number 1,000 for each one of the red ribbons that we wear here tonight. They finally rest in the warm embrace of the gracious creator of us all. A healing embrace that cools their fevers, that clears their skin.